And the award for the best dramatic YouTube acting scene goes to Correy Holcomb and Anton Daniels. Let's talk about it. What's going on, good people? Hope everybody's doing well. What's going on in YouTube streets? You got this guy, Correy Holcomb, who has a podcast, all podcaster stuff, all right? YouTube guys, Correy Holcomb and Anton Daniels, they got into it at Correy Holcomb's spot in LA. They were doing a broadcast and they came to almost blows, allegedly. Little background: Correy Holcomb, he's a comedian. All right, started out as a comedian. I think he still does shows, but now everybody and their mama has a podcast, and so he has a podcast, and he's doing his thing online, which he's been doing for a while. No disrespect to Correy. However, Correy's brand of comedy, I'm not a fan of. Okay, he's one of those comics that talk about you and play the dozens, talk about your mama, talk about your shoes, talk about your outfit, and talk mad trash, talks reckless on stage. Well, guess what? He does the same thing on the podcast. However, he does include some political stuff and current event type of commentary, which we all kind of do. Now, Correy Holcomb is liberal, Democratic, Black Democratic type of commentary. Here comes Anton Daniels. Now, Anton Daniels, he's from Detroit. I don't know how he made his money, but he made his money. And I say from firsthand knowledge, he stays in one of the highest priced riverfront apartments in Detroit. A lot of glass. And actually, one of our customers, we work there, my guys are there, and you see him pull up in a brand new Escalade, with a beautiful woman on his arm. All right, so I'm not sure how he made his money, because he has a podcast as well. I think it's called The Millionaire Mindset or something like that. He's out of Detroit. Now, like I said, I'm not sure if the podcast is making the money or he made the money and he started doing podcasting. But the thing about to remember about Anton Daniels is he's Republican. He's pro-Trump, and he really comes from the mindset of, for comparisons, Tommy Sotomayor. All right, he talks, Anton Daniels basically kind of is a Tommy Sotomayor prototype. Republican, speaks highly of Trump, speaks negatively or criticize the Black community. Although he says he criticized everyone equally, that's somewhat debatable. So Anton's in LA, goes on Correy's show, and they're talking politics. All right, they're talking politics. Correy more Democrat slant, Anton more Republican, pro-Trump, pro-white people kind of slant. Now, it kicked off because Correy was telling Anton, you don't criticize, I haven't heard you criticize white America, I haven't heard you criticize the white man at all, and the one that's funding you, the white man, you have not said anything negative about. And Anton Daniels said, yes, I have. Correy said, no, you haven't said anything negative that I've heard on the show. And then they went back and forth. And at that point, Correy said the first disrespectful thing. Correy accused Anton of kissing the backside of white men. All right. Anton, to his credit, he responded without missing a beat. almost as if it was scripted. Without missing a beat, he responded and said, well, Correy, you're sucking on the you know what of Black America. Now, Correy Holcomb, at that point, they go back and forth. It gets heated because Correy takes offense to Anton telling him that he's sucking on the of Black America. It gets heated. Correy gets in his face and dares Anton to say what he said as far as him sucking on the of Black America. It appears that they have a little tussle. All right, the screen goes blank. All right, and get in each other's face. Anton apologized. He said, "This is your no." Before Anton apologized, he stood up. Anton stood up and said, "Hey, let's go in the back. All right, we can settle this like men," which is a crazy statement, but we can settle this like men, and let's go in the back and engage in throw up the Dukes fisticuffs fight. And of course, Correy didn't get up. Why should he? He didn't get up. Nobody wants to fight. All right, the two old men. It ends with Anton walking off the stage. Now, I'm sure I'm missing parts because, hey, I'm missing parts. It is what it is. All right, go see the real thing if you can on the zillion of channels that's covering it. So at first I was like, Anton, he stood on business because the disrespect started when Correy said you kissed in the backside, and he didn't say backside, but I try to keep it G over here, PG, backside of white America, white men. And Anton responded and said, well, hey, you're sucking the blank of Black America. But that sucking of the P of Black America, Correy felt was completely disrespectful. However, Correy didn't acknowledge the disrespect that he showed towards Anton Daniels when he told him that he's kissing the backside of white America. Then Correy goes on to say, you can be around men, you can disagree with men, but you can't disrespect men when you're standing next to them. But Correy, you disrespected Anton first. Am I missing something? Did y'all not see what I saw? Now, talking about disrespectful. After Anton left, Correy started talking mad trash, which he does. Started talking about the lady that Correy brought with him that was not Anton's wife. All right, now I've heard some whispers about Anton Daniels and the lady that he's with not being his wife, and he's still married. I don't know the details of that, but if you want to share in the comments, feel free to share in the comments because, hey, I don't mind reading about it. But Correy Holcomb goes on to disrespect him, call him a fat boy, talk about the ladies with, call him a B, all while Anton Daniels was gone. So really, Anton checked Correy on his own show. Think about it. You're going to say something disrespectful to me, I'm going to say something disrespectful to you. Now, Correy was saying, well, hey, Anton, you went too far. But wait a minute. You started it. Now, that was my first response. That was my first thought as I first watched it. But then I said, you know what? I bet you this mess was fake. It was staged, all for clicks and views. Think about it. If they just had a regular conversation talking about some politics, if they had a regular conversation talking about politics Do you think they'll get any views? Very few, right? Even Anton Daniels' show, he talks about the Millionaire Podcast. He talks about the making money and lifestyle choices and all that stuff. But guess what? He does commentary. He does commentary on the mess for the views. Correy Holcomb, same thing, same podcast type of mentality. So here are the 3 reasons why I think this whole thing was staged and or fake. All right. Number 1, they're both old men. All right. Correy is definitely older. Anton is old and out of shape. All right. Correy looks like his back hurt, his knees hurt, his ankles hurt, his arthritis, rheumatoid, what all this old man stuff old people have. I think it looks like he has. So I don't see him physically fighting anybody. Anton Daniels, it's fat boy. Okay, according to Correy Holcomb, them jokers not fighting nobody. They got too much to lose. Corey's talking about his set, his back digital screen back there being over $1,000 million. All right, they got too much to lose. Anton is in LA. He don't want to go to jail in LA. They got too much to lose. They got too much to lose. They both are old men. Secondly, you can't monetize a video like that. That's why on the video that he did that Correy kept up, you see the overlay, the banner. You can't monetize that. YouTube don't want that mess on their platform. But the 4th reason why I think it was fake or staged, controversy sells. They're following the playbook. They're following the model of none other than Charleston White. Think about it. What does Charleston White do on his videos? His interviews. They start out calm, start out cool, and before it's over, Charles White is hooping and hollering like a country bumpkin and walking off the stage. What did Anton Daniels do? He wasn't hooping and hollering, but he walked off the stage. Controversy sells. So in my opinion, good job of acting, people. Good job of staging. All right. Good dramatic fictional scene over there. But I'm not buying it. I say it's fake. And until somebody prove me otherwise, it was fake. Them jokers weren't getting ready to fight. Them jokers no more getting ready to fight than me getting ready to go for a walk in the middle of the snowstorm. We got a snow day today. It wasn't going to happen. Controversy sells. They took a play out of the Charleston White playbook and they're running with it. It worked. Look. Sunday, Thursday morning, 5 a.m. I'm sitting there talking about it. And all the other bloggers, a lot of them are talking about it. So good job. Good job. The word goes to you, Correy Holcomb, to you, Anton Daniels. And guess what? It generates content for everybody. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Agree, disagree, don't really give a care. Love to hear what you want to say. Please do share. Hey, enjoy your day. Do something productive. You're living in Midwest. We got a little snowstorm we're under. And make the best of your day. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Later.